Hello guys, this is Mr. Yusuf, and this is the third online session this semester. In this session, we're going to study some OL English from the Hello Book. We're going to start with Unit 13. We're going to have a quick revision, and then we're going to go to Unit 14. Unit 13 is called At the Observatory. Observatory means it's a place where scientists study stars. It's called observatory. Using telescopes. Telescope is a tube, like a tall tube. It's like a magnifier. You can look at far objects and see it pretty well, like a lens. So this is called an observatory. It's the place where scientists study stars. Our solar system includes the sun and some planets. Of course, this is the solar system. How many planets? 8 planets. Some planets have moons. And the scientists who study stars are called astronomers. Astronomers can look at the planets and stars through a telescope. Excellent. Okay. We're gonna read some of the reading comprehension, the reading text, sorry, some of the reading text. Eunice asked how many planets there were in our planets. So what was the question? This was the question. How many planets are there in the solar system? What is the difference between these two sentences? This is the real question. How many planets are there in our solar system? And there's a question mark. So these are the words that came out of Eunice's mouth. These are the words that came out from his mouth. But what about this sentence? Eunice asked how many planets there were in our solar system. This is a sentence. It ends with a full period, a full stop, not a question mark. And this is the verb asked. This is called reported speech. When you report what other people said, so you don't say the exact word that came out of their mouth. No, you say what they said. So Eunice asked how many planets there were in our solar systems. So this is a very important lesson in the grammar. Reported speech followed the same rules as the reported questions, followed the same rule as the reported statements. What's your name? Asked Selma. Selma asked me what my name was. Look at these sentences, and I'm gonna give you 1 minute to figure out the differences between those two sentences. Come on, you have 1 minute. Look at everything. Look at the words, look at the commas, look at the punctuation, the arrangement of the words, the kind of words with the elements, the pronouns, the verbs. Is there any change? Do you notice some differences? Do you notice any differences? Huh? Okay. 1 minute is up. What's your name? Are surrounded by quotation marks, or sometimes we say speech marks. Those are speech marks. So those speech marks, are removed. There are no speech marks here. Okay? What else? The question mark is removed. Wow, okay. This is the second difference. And then I started with Selma. This is the beginning. Selma asked me. There is no me. Here I wrote me, but here there is no me. Why? Because Selma was asking me. So I'm reporting what Selma said. What my name was. Number 1, we changed the arrangement. We put the noun before the verb. My name comes before was. Why? Because this is not a question anymore. And then is converted to was. So we shift the tense from the present simple to the past simple. And this is the rule for every or most of the reported speeches. We change the tense and shift it 1 step back. Present simple, past simple. Past simple, past perfect. Present perfect converted into past perfect. Present continuous converted into past continuous. Past continuous converted into past perfect continuous. Present perfect continuous converted into past perfect continuous, and so on. This is the reported speech. Let's see another example. Are you an astronomer? The student asked the professors. So the student asked the professors. This is a yes or no question. There's no WH. There's no what. So I have to put a word, a helping word. If or whether. You can write if or you can write whether. Whether, WHETHER. So we're going to add if. And then the pronoun will change. Like here, you became my. Because he was asking me. So are you, The student asked the professor. She's a she. She's a female. So you is converted into she. And the subject is put before the verb. Here, the verb is before the subject because this is a question. But here, it's not a question anymore. So if she was, or verb to be in the present, was verb to be in the past. Because we shift the tense one step back. And then, of course, we remove the quotation marks and the question mark. And that's it. This is how you convert any reported question, form any reported question. If it's a WH question, you keep the word. You keep the WH pronoun. If it's a yes or no question, meaning the answer is yes or no, what yes or no question mean, you will add if or whether. That's it. Super easy. Note that you can change the reporting verb. The reporting verb is this, asked. You can change it. You can say wonder, ask, want to know, and others. So you can change the reported questions. Okay, let's answer some questions. Report these questions. Hania asked, come on guys, I will give you like 10 seconds to bring your books and write with me. Come on, write down the answers. This is the OL book. Come on, bring the Hello book and answer with me. Hania asked, this is number 2, report these questions. Unit 13, page number 20. Hania asked, when is the next bus leaving? So Hania asked, when the following bus. Next here will be converted into following. Why? Because maybe I'm reporting the speech 2 days after that day. So it's not going to be next, because next means what's coming after this one. No, I was talking about yesterday or 2 days before or last week. So the following bus. At that time, it was next. So when the following bus is or was. When the following bus was leaving. And of course, we'll remove the question marks, and we're going to move the quotation marks or the speech marks. Will you finish your homework before dinner? Kareem asked his sister. So Kareem asked his sister if, because this is a yes or no question. So Kareem asked his sister if she, his sister, if she would. Will is converted to the past form, which is would. If she would finish your is converted to her homework before dinner. How long does it take you to get to school? Word asked me. Word asked me. How long it took. This is take in the present, so it took me to get to school. Word asked me how long it took me to get to school. Okay, let's get back to the reported. Let's get back to the reading text. Jude asked what a shooting star was. Shooting stars are not stars. A shooting star is a small piece of rock that's traveling through space. So you have to know this vocabulary. Shooting stars. When you mention temperatures, you can use the word around if you're not sure of the exact temperature. It's around 123 degrees. The side of the moon that it isn't in the sun is freezing. at around minus 153 degrees. Minus means below zero. Wow, that's very cool. Okay, let's, of course, we're going to skip the listening because we don't have the clip. Let's go to this gray box, which is super important. And this gray box in every unit is your key to answer any questions in the dialogue. And the question, what would you say? Or, what would you say in the following situation? This gray box will teach us how to ask polite questions. Polite questions when asking the elderly people or talking to your boss, your parents, your teacher, your principal, your headmistress, and so on. Could you please, so I use could, not can, because could is more polite. Could you please explain to me why, blah, blah, blah. Or, I wonder if you could tell me, I'd like to know, and so on. These are polite questions forms. Let's answer some of these questions in the next page. Work and bear through the correct answer. You're waiting for a bus home with lots of other people. When the bus arrives, do you wait for other people to get on? Or move quickly to get on the bus first? Huh? You have to wait for your turn, right? So if you came in the first place, you should go on the bus. Your teacher asks class a question and you know the answer. Do you quietly put up your hand or call out the answer? Of course, raise your hand. This is more polite. Next page. Let's answer some questions from the review. Choose the correct words. Number 2, the sun is a star in our solar or sun system? Solar system. Number 3, a flying space shooting star is a piece of rock. A flying slash shooting. Which one? The shooting stars. Number 4, on some planets it's more than 400 degrees slash hot. Degrees. This is how we measure temperature. Question number 2 in the review. Write these questions. Where are you going? Write this question, then report the speech. Where are you going on holiday in the summer? I asked Yusuf. So I asked Yusuf where he was, or it's converted to was, going on holiday in the summer. What book do you want to read? Our teacher asked us what book we wanted in the past to read. Number 4, Nabila asked Hannah if she could play the guitar. Number 5, I asked Sausan if she knew the past, knew the answer to the question.